Solar flare's been mucking with me. We are here, take 2. I'm not putting up little smidgen videos. And I do feel this is external energy as well. So I'm going to wait for people to connect. We are going to take 2, and we are going to tune into air signs for mid-January 2020. Okay, I had started this video, but YouTube decided to bump me off. The internet didn't cut out. It just decided to bump me off, and then I went to go back into it, and it was like I was an observer. It's probably a bit like the air signs read. Now, as I mentioned before, I'm a psychic medium, so some of the way YouTube bumped me off. I don't know. We're back in the read, okay? We're starting from scratch. Librans are used to this. Air signs are used to this, right? Okay, I'm a psychic medium. I have your energy for mid-month. I've tuned into it before time because a lot of people, as I say, they click on the videos and they think, what's this video about? We're going to get into the grid of your read. There is a situation playing out where it is linking in with karma, okay? Please look at your notes of what you're supposed to be moving towards and utilize the Capricorn frequency. And I'm pretty sure on this occasion I articulated that a hell of a lot better. The energy coming through with your read mid-month is really unique in that, yes, we have Juno in Libra, which happens to be an air sign. Look at the placement of where that falls for you and what house it's going to affect, because it is linking in sort of with your feminine energy, your intuition, contracts, marriages, partnerships, things to that degree, but it is quite connected to karma. So, for air signs that have that, especially in your Venus house, you're going to be operating really uniquely. Down to business. With this wheel, I am feeling karmic frequency 2020. Some situations from the eclipse have started to play out, especially in air signs' life. The next card you've got, so your crowning energy is the Wheel of Fortune. And this is about karma, destiny, a balance of those things, sort of like a bit of stagnant energy, and now it's amping up again. And this is mid-month. And I've felt this potentially the last 24 hours. It feels a shift of consciousness, a shift of the energy. Now, potentially there is mother-daughter energy coming through. This can be energies with your mother, your sister, your daughter, feminine energies in general. It also can be connecting in with a karmic energy. Now, I'll articulate the reasons why this frequency is coming through. Number 1, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. Number 2 is potentially, depending on how spiritual you are, we look at the nodal effect and we look at past life energy. We also look at things that we're moving towards in a spiritual sense and astrologically. So for you guys, I'm seeing solar plexus. And again, I feel when I tune into your energy, again, we have higher and lower frequencies as we go through blockages. A story playing out in this situation is linking into a path you've chosen. I'll become the storyteller, and I'll pull the cards again and I'll show you as I go. But what's really oozing through this read, some of you have a divine path. Some of you are on this divine path and seeking direction. A lot of power really is coming from the solar plexus and sacral chakra. Now, those of you who were triggered, it will be directly playing out within you. Others of you, you will have this kind of bounced at you because you're upgrading other people around you. Now, the way it's playing out in a frequency sense is you do have a divine path. You have a place you're going, a destination to be. And I'm not... Destination, yes, unknown. Destination of pertaining to what kind of way? Yeah, you do. You just don't completely know how that's going to come about. And that's an egoic purge. That's a natural way of being. It's a healthy way of being. From the eclipse, I'm feeling there can be nostalgia connected to this. Some of you might have had family-related dynamics change. Some of you, the way you're looking at it's changed. Also, your inner child wounds, your residence, your home, all of those things are really changed, and it was from this Cancer eclipse. Now, initially when we look at things, we can in our ego say, hey, the eclipse happened, and it's like penny little, the sky's falling down. It doesn't necessarily happen right away. And I do know with particular signs at the moment, it's really happening at a subconscious internal level first. It can be light bulb moments, really reflecting back on the last few decades. And some of the aspects in astrology hadn't happened for a very long time. So spiritually speaking, it's going to happen within, and then it's going to transmute without. from without. Now, it's some of these flowers even that are occurring on here, death lilies, for instance, I'm really drawn to. And it is really this, you know, the beauty in endings and new beginnings. You, if you've done work on yourself, can articulate that to people around you. Hi, Dawn. You can also see the beauty in, very similar to the Tower, right? The Tower or the Ten of Swords. It's like, you know, really going through some real BS. You know, walking, spiritual walking. When you're going through these things, it's the art of appreciation because you understand the natural flow of life. It's like we plant a seed, the rains come, the soil fertilizes it, it grows, it's nurtured. This is Cancer, right? This is the energy of feminine. It's family. But it doesn't mean to say that how you pictured it and what you put in it come out that way. Many of you that are air signs are aware of this or learning this aspect, okay? So this can be both energies playing out. It depends on the side of you and the spiritual enlightened state you're in as an air sign. Some of you may be here energetically dealing with inner child wounds. Others of you are up here and dealing with inner child wounds, but literally looking at it. But there is this cycle I'm being shown it is linking into the Cancer eclipse we had. Some of you also might be feeling, gosh, is this doom and gloom and is it the end? No, it's the beginning, okay? So it's the beginning of a new cycle. Yes, some storylines aren't coming with us, but, you know, it's a bit like saying, can't it stay the same forever? Meanwhile, we're hitting our 40s and our teenagers are wanting to go clubbing and they go, Ma, you're going to come clubbing? And I mean, hey, that's okay if you want to, no shade. But what if you had said you were going to a barbecue? You know, our likes and dislikes evolve as we, and it's not connecting in with age bracket, it's transformation and who you are. It's checking in. So there's some changes happening here, okay? There's changes happening in tribe, in groups, and families, in perspectives, in the way you thought things would look and the way they thought this would look. And so there is this looking into the air signs' life. People are looking in, people are looking out. This is what I'm being shown. Now, potentially, this is how people are reacting, either to you or you to them. Because it can go both ways, right? Especially for cross watchers. So this is the way the energy comes in a download. You've got the Four of Pentacles. Now, it can be the perspective and perception of lack mentality. It can be where you're looking at things and you're holding on too tightly. If you're in this frequency where you're fearing something's going to be taken from you, this can be in finances. This can be something you're teaching someone or something of a lesson that you're directly learning. Now, the art of manifestation is never hold on to things too tightly. And in a frequency sense, if you're looking at something and you're needing to hold on, it means you don't believe, or it means there's a wound there. This can be in your finances. It can be with your abundance. It can be with love, anything. But there is this energy, and this is what I'm getting. I'll read the cards and I'm going to come back and I'm telling you why I'm picking karmic energy. I'm going to tell you why I'm picking karmic energy. This is holding on too tight. Disbelief, fear of attack. Is someone going to take this from me? Sometimes we can hold on to our money a bit too tightly and not trust. But sometimes if you see the bills stacking up, you're like, oh, okay, I'll just spread it like butter. Sometimes it's better to actually pay. Make a phone call. And I'm not a financial advisor, so I'm giving you an example about manifesting cash components, manifesting more abundance in life. These are the ways we do it. When we're tuning into it, the problem too much, we co-create that. When we are looking at going, I acknowledge that, I do all I can, situations and solutions come. So potentially some of you are operating from that frequency and that is the solution. If it's an external energy, which for many I am picking this as an external energy, it's a karmic lesson they're needing to learn. So it might be playing out in your life. Again, I'll get to that as we go. So I'm going to break the cards down for you. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to articulate energetically, psychically what I'm saying and why I'm saying it. And you'll understand why. Then you've got the Eight of Swords in reverse. Right? Terrible angle. Eight of Swords in the reverse. Many times when we are mentally thinking on a process, we're up in our third eye. Again, we've gone from nostalgia, potentially a family-related dynamic, looking at things, trying to do the best you can, both with your children, with people you deal with, maybe people directly dealing with you, trying to make a plan of action, air signs. Then coming to a place where this could be a bit of push-pull energy, potentially even, I'll say it because it's coming to me in a download, manipulation. Two scenarios playing, and obviously we have the nodes in Cancer and Capricorn to a point where you're anguished in the mind. Not really making a decision, but really, and it's stuck up in the head. It's thinking about it, but not directly acting yet. You then have the Seven of Swords upright. And I have been seeing a lot of 5s and 7s. This is where you are standing your ground with the situation. You're assessing what to do and what not to do. You're assessing what to protect, what to grow, where to put your money into, what to not. It's very in tune, the way you're looking at things. You're not making rash decisions. You're being very rational. You're being very firm and very direct. So if you need to actually defend yourself, you're able to, but you're not in active mode at all time. You're dealing with your day-to-day, but you also know what you got and it's within, and you're dealing with what's, what you need to protect. But it's, if you've done the work inside, this is where you get to. You're like, look, I can defend it if I need to. I have the tools inside. And this can even be the tools in your own life and the people, places and things that you're passionate about. But you also understand the process that, and some of you, it is a lesson towards, this can be a partner, a lesson for you. It could be a lesson for children, i.e. example. We're coming back. Seven of Swords in reverse. Again, this can be a very ego-orientated kind of scenario playing out. I'm kind of amused. I'll get back to that. So tactical response, manipulation, maybe even tuning into this energy, feeling this energy being projected towards you, or potentially you having to take this stand. You then have the Knight of Cups in reverse, right? And with the Knight of Cups, to do with a person who is flighty, not quite grounded, relating to you in some sort of way, which can be quite manipulative, but it's coming from a wound, it's coming from a place, it's coming for a reason. It's coming for a reason. Now I'm going to interpret this and I'm going to get back here, which is separate, just you air sign. So this is the overall energy and this is your energy of how you're going to take the bull by the horns. Now overall, I'm seeing a situation potentially playing out where a road is opening for you. You're walking towards an area of life. Some of you, this is love. Regardless, this is a very spiritual path you're moving down. In your finances, in your work, there is a goal in mind and lessons that are learned. Some of you have learned them already. Some of you haven't. And somebody asked me the other day about karmic energy. And look, you've got to look at the nodal energy as directly linking them with karma. So if the subject matter's coming up, this has been a cycle. Can go back to 2012 of a karmic frequency, especially through an awakening. So it's playing out heavier because we're reaching the near. And ending a decade does mean, hey, there's that tie-up effect. And I am seeing a lot more. It's going to be really relevant in 2020 that's going to play out this year. So if things have been kind of, you've felt the energy coming and then it's kind of calmed down, it is feeling like it's amping back up again. But it's amping back up. You don't need to get... When we say come correct, and this is with anyone, all you need to do is show up. Show up correct and deal with the situation in front of you. Now, some of these blockages are being shown to us in a very unique way. Even with my private reads, it's been coming through with theirs. And even when I do tend to sit there and meditate upon zodiac signs for February, for instance, prior to recording them, I tune in and tap into those energies and I see a synchronistic pattern. The synchronistic pattern that has been coming through has really been And I articulated this with Giggle this morning. We were talking about, and even with my previous clients, you know who you are, Stella, hello. Sometimes you're supposed to be in a place for a particular reason. Now, it's not supposed to be a permanency, right? This could be a home, because obviously with the eclipse being in Cancer, it can relate to a home. But some of you were thinking that that was the thing, that was the problem, that was the location. And then you can get quite confused as to, okay, that's what we were working towards. Why doesn't it look like that now then? It looks very different to what we planned. There's a method to the madness with the universe, and I really see this massively playing out at the moment. It's like the joke's on us. And I do think another reader mentioned that as well, but it was in a different way. It's like it's coming through loud and clear, both through my readings and through my downloads, that it's a bit like being in a dream, right? And this is the book for the cards that I'm using. So if you do want to get this deck, it's beautiful. Now, this is the map, right? And we're shaking the dice, and we're placed at a location on the map. Now, with that location, we thought it was for a lifetime, and then it was 2 weeks. And we're like, what was the point? Now, this is an analogy. I'm not saying this is happening. Whatever's coming through in this direct situation, it is divinely guided, and it might not be. Sometimes we can think a tower comes and it's like it's over, it's done and dusted. What's playing out in these cards is you have learnt lessons. Many of you through this process are going to. But there can be an external energy trying to manipulate the way you're thinking, the way you're feeling. Am I doing the right thing? Do I go this way? And it's gone unnoticed. This is a subconscious situation that you weren't aware of. Now, this could be going on inside yourself where you were trying to find the reasons why things weren't falling into place, air signs. And you're going to have that epiphany directly what it is. And after this epiphany occurs, as we say, I hate saying this, person, place, or thing, some of you, it's a mindset. Some of you, it's a person or people. Others of you, it's you. Where, and the question for 2020 is, have we been standing in our way? Some of it is. But if that's the case, you're going to find the way you relate to things is going to be different. But I'm seeing air signs' eyesight becoming sharper through this process. Now, your energy will always bounce through very separately to me. The way it does. So certain cards I know, yes, that's you, air signs. Others, it's like this is external energy. Now, if something in a karmic sense hasn't been balanced, this is what I'm seeing. It's coming to a crossroad soon. If you feel that energy coming up, it's not going to play out the way you think it is. Now, this can be good or bad. It's not playing out the way you thought it is. But inside, remember, you got the tools. Got the tools. Doesn't have to be sticks and stones, okay? I don't promote violence on this channel. It's your mindset, it's your spirituality. It's not manipulation. It's not tactical response. It's keeping grounded, not moodiness. But these people, and it may be various people coming at you in different times throughout the rest of the month, they're spiritual tests, and this could be a scenario playing out, but they're preparing you for what's coming. You're not going to have it. Because your energy is coming through as a Queen of Wands. This is a person that might have a lot on your plate, right? Male or female, your intuition, your empath, connected to your tribe. You're getting things done. You've done your inner child work. You know your power. And inner child work will come up for the rest of our life. Let's not kid ourselves. But when it comes to your spiritual power, you got the sunflower there. You got the, and I'm feeling Leo energy coming through. And Leo energy has been coming through very strongly. And I feel it's linking in with the astrology. More so to a point if you'll have the strength during the transits and utilize the sun frequency to assist you. But by the Leo moon, I do feel this activation is really going to transform things. Especially pertaining to families, joint families, what tribe's going to be and how it's going to be. But you're going to have a lot, air signs, on your plate. You're going to be able to get it done. As to your goals and the outcomes of what you want, everything you're wanting, everything you've been working on, internal, external, manifestation, it's coming. But you got haters around you. I'm going to tell you. You got haters. Not everyone wants your dream. Not everyone, even your tribe, sometimes won't want your dream. They have different views, but they also, notice the image on the card. And they mention this in the book. The mother is showing the child the flowers. The mother's a teacher. The mother's a nurturer. The mother can see beauty. But the child also has that ability inside themselves. Perspective, right? Because what one person's perspective is and what another person's perspective is not going to match. So it doesn't mean to say that these tribe energies won't come with you, but understand, especially when you're dropping codependency, there will be differing views coming to the table, and keep that in mind. And I feel many of you air signs, you do understand that. So there can be split paths, split roads, but if it's divinely guided and it's meant to come back, one of your dreams is coming back too. So those of you who feel that you've been waiting forever and a day, it's already written, okay? It's coming. You're going to have this happy ending. And let's not talk endings because, you know, we don't want to get to a point in a manifestation sense that we're reaching the next goalpost. We need to be living in the moment. But as to the things that you've been working on and the things you set your intentions to, you can achieve. It will be hard work, but that's the Capricorn energy coming through. Now, as I said, I was sensing external energies. So, and this did happen when I was tuning into a zodiac sign. We shan't say who, shall we? Shall we? You have the Five of Swords. And you have the Six of Swords in reverse. Now, with these two cards, they weren't bouncing out to me like the below. So I pulled clarifiers. And, you know, page energies can be young. The frequency I'm coming through, and I have mentioned a few times karmic, and like I said, I really couldn't give two hoots about karmic frequency, apart from the fact that I wish to upgrade. So at times, obviously, because I'm a TF, and I'm sitting very casually here, I look at the masculine energy at times to do with my work, my mindset, the things in hunter-gatherer mode I need to balance out. I also look at the feminine aspect of things within my yin-yang, right? And look at, okay, my intuition, my empath, how do I balance that? Is that balance? So as you progress through spiritually, when you're going through an awakening, and I don't read for just soul tribe members, I read the collective energy, because we're always evolving. If you can look at it from that point of view, we also do need to, you know, sometimes I don't get triggered by energy of karmic frequency because I look at my shadow. So we look at that energy and say, okay, do we have that in us? Have we ever done that? Have I finalized that chapter? And I do feel for many of you, yes, you have. Okay, so this is what I knew. This was an external energy. Okay, this person or people, whoever they are, they're not bad people. And forgive me, they can be, trust me. So this could be yes. So don't think I don't know. But your overall energy, what's coming through, is you're on the right path. And interference is only going to amplify this to bring it to the forefront. Which is kind of sad, really, right? So I do feel these energies involved may not be happy because it's meaning their energy is changing. Their energy is having to evolve. They don't want to change. They want you to change. They don't want you to change. They want you to change back to the way you were. Because whatever this goal is you're moving towards, they don't want that victory. They don't want you to have that victory. But the chords of these individuals involved, this can be in work, this can be in your family. And again, with the Cancer Capricorn nodes, it's going to be a bit about both. Whatever your end goal is and where you're going, you have the Queen of Wands. So your workload and everything to that degree, you're going to achieve. You're going to be on your A game, do what you need to do. Your finances. But there's going to be some haters. Even if you end up at this location of victory, you're not doing it from a point of view of, you're doing it for yourself, okay? Not for hurting, harming anyone. It's you're just trying to live your life. That's what I'm getting, right? You're living your life. You're doing the essentials, and I wouldn't be surprised if I pull a card. You've been through enough turmoil. Now, the reason a lot of this is playing out is to test you, because people keep robbing your cup. They're robbing your cup. They're not, but it does come down to you as well. It's like, are you filling your cup? Now, when we say filling your cup, sometimes as empaths, we can give to other people a bit too much, almost within their ego, believing they have some sense of right or some sense of control over potentially what your goal is. These people, if they're manipulating the situation, they're still not going to get the outcome they want. They also, it's almost like they're wanting you to make the decision for them. And I do feel this to be quite a external energy. Now, these people have way too much time on their hands. They've spent way too much time looking at you and not enough time at themselves, because they're bored. They're in, and it's very Neptunian energy. They're bored. They've got too much time on their hands. They're looking at you. They're wishing potentially, and I mean, you potentially are thinking, air signs, hey, I've had a pretty hard life. It hasn't been easy. No ifs and buts about it. I'm doing my work. I'm doing what I need to do. But there can be a lot of projection, and maybe you're being quite critical on yourself. So it can be a vibration or physical people. But for some of you, I'm picking this as a physical person. Looking at you in an ego sense and wondering why they can't be like you. Maybe wondering why they can't have what you've got, or thinking that we'll get further into it. I wonder what hidden message that was, Giggle. Now, with the Five of Swords and this person, they may win something, but it's going to be for ego. And I mean, a waste of time. Like, it is a waste of time, whatever's going on. You may have had to go through a process similar to what I was saying with you on the map. Due to compassion and understanding, you had to go on to hell and back, only for it. You missed it. Yeah, only to get to a point where it's a waste of time. Now, I'll articulate what's coming through. Some of you have moved and shifted things around and tried to create the foundation, only to find that that hasn't worked, and then an aspect of that puzzle piece has been removed. Trust me, there's a method to the madness. You will understand after the fact. So mentally speaking, if you're getting confused about what's playing out in your life at the moment, it won't make sense yet. But after the fact, regardless, your crowning energy, you're going to get your work done. I'm not an air sign, but everything lines up. Well, at the moment, Juno back is in Libra, so it's affecting everyone in some shape or form. And definitely some of the signs, well, Aquarius is going to be going into Saturn, or Saturn is heading to Aquarius. So yes, it will directly affect all of us. So in a sense, you're looking at these things, and there's external people trying to sabotage. You may be having an opinion. We don't want you to do this. We don't want you to do that. We want it to look like this. Why can't it go back to normal? Does that make sense? Does it ring a bell? It can be. I mean, when we look at pages, yes, they can be gentle. They can be romantic. And I mean, initially you might have started from a bud into this turning into a bloom. This you've worked for. The ego of external may feel you got it handed on a silver spoon. There's no silver spoon here, right? You're thinking, I've had no silver spoon. I'm hearing all sorts of songs in my head right now. And if I am slurring, it's because I have an abscess with the tooth and I'm just working through it. Now, the Page of Cups. I do feel for some of you, if you're in a connection or you're tuning into a connection of a spiritual level, this person believes that they took the wrong path or you took the wrong path. I'm telling you, whoever these energies are projecting at you from the outside, they have a lot of ego going on. And I've tried to articulate this. You know, some people that, you know, in layman's terms, when we hear the term ego, we're like, who the hell do you think you are? But from a spiritual point of view, all of us spiritually have that at childhood, okay? It's the innocence, something occurred, the egoic process started emerging. It's actually an innate way of protecting ourselves. So when it forms, something could happen to trigger us and a protective mechanism forms. So it's a bit like in the earth core, that's where the ego's at, and something wraps around it to protect us. And then when a trigger that resembles that occurs, another way to prevent it happens, to the point we have band-aided so many of these wounds instead of looking at them, kissing them, healing them, understanding, making peace. We create all of these things to avoid doing such that before you know it's similar to the map. We've moved different houses, we've moved different situations around to finally find the wound. And that's the frustration. So internally, many of you have done this process. Where you're going, how did this happen? How did we get to this? Could it not have been reached quicker? So yes, some of you are doing this. You're like, okay, so we've reached this point, this final, and there's never a final destination, let's just be honest. Especially if you know what I feel I know. But there may have been some scenarios where you visually saw how this was going to go. You may have been in awareness of how something was going to play out, and it played out that way, right? And you're like, you feel like a cartoon figure inside a simulation watching a situation play out, and you know how it's going to end. This person potentially could be coming to an awakening, and you're going, why did we have to do this the long way when the outcome was going to be what I said? Yes, I know, air signs, it's frustrating. But very externally, there are some people that by the time you're on this throne, and this is for air signs in general, feminines, you know, and you're just doing your thing, getting grounded, getting work done, lots of crap coming at you, trying to work on the process to create your foundation, get your finances all right. You got BS coming at you, and you're thinking, look, too busy, got this and that going on, trying to work on my mountain, had a tower, I'm trying to work on, you know, my home, my love, my spiritual process. You then have these karmic energies come in. Now, karmic energies are going to be around you all the time as we have blocks. It's a bit like tuning in and saying, oh, what a beautiful day. And then someone wants to show you not to be so positive, and it can be lightning comes down. You think, yeah. If you've really worked on that, you're like, oh, what beautiful lightning. But that's the meditation. That's getting to a point of being a Buddhist monk. It's like seeing the beauty and accepting change. Capricorn is asking us to step up, man, and it's these rolling with the punches that is the death of ego, because you then can't look at the wound. You don't have time. Capricorn saying, boss up, let's get going. This is where individuals start operating like shit, okay? They're going to come for you. You're going to be like bossing up, manning up, womaning up, walking forward, no time for BS. And you're not trying to be mean. You're being real. You're 3D, 5D, air signs, getting things done, These people be coming at you, and whoever is on your tribe is going to be in alignment with you. They're going to be looking at this going, I ain't got time for that. I don't have time for that. Okay? He is a Sagittarius, man. And this is what I'm trying to say, Beck. This is air signs, a lot of air signs, and I would say even Librans have, when we go through a spiritual awakening, and especially when we're parents, look at the nodes, lines in Cancer coming through here. From my spirituality of what I've learned, and especially with like my mum and dad, we had things happen. We also had situations happen in our family where I had to change. So my mindset from a young age was one way, and it evolved and grew. So if, a bit like Adele, okay? Hello. Some people could look at that song and say it's a very romantic song. Other people can completely relate to it, and you cry for your soul, because if you had only knew what you bloody knew now, you wouldn't have done it, but you wouldn't have been the person you are today. Some things can only be learnt by living it, and you need to let people fall. And it sounds horrible. It's like tough love, right? But it sounds obnoxious and egoistic, and this is even in our parenting roles, because society's told us we have to be a particular way. So there are some times where you can explain something to a person, but they have to own that inside. It's like saying to someone there's a problem, and they're like, no, there's not. What are you talking about? You're the problem. So unless a person actually is spiritually ready to hear that or be in that alignment, all of us fear change. I mean, we do deep down. I mean, but when you get tired and you've been battered down, nothing can break you. Because, I mean, I was saying to Giggle the other day, you do get to a peaceful place where you've had this much BS with people and places and things, and that you're like, whatever. Yep, okay. There's lots of different ways change can happen. Change can come in the form of death. Change can come in the fact of sickness. Change can come in the fact of residence. Change can come in the fact of lotto. Not all change is beautiful, but after the fact, there's always something that is a permanent change where we can never go back, but it does change. Change is inevitable. We came here, we will go one day. But sometimes we're too far in the past, sometimes we're too far in the future. But we must, that's why I'm saying, if you can get to that peaceful place, and you can look at situations like the sun and the moon. What a beautiful day. Suddenly lightning comes out. Oh, if you're allowed to, and you can change your frequency that quick where you get into, now there's bloody rain. That's how quick you're allowing that vibration to shift you. But it's for a moment. It's for a day. This is for a day. This too shall pass. You could look at the thunder and go, I am blessed to see that. It's a mindset, but hey, we're not all like that every day. I'll be honest. I have my bad hair days. Don't forget the stars. Well, that's actually what my name means. And my mum laughs every time I say that, because Yildiz in Turkish means star. I'm English, Irish, Turkish, French. What a bitzer, eh? And spiritual. And I was very blessed to have spiritual parents that never projected their way on me. I did say that feminines at the moment need to practice self-love, okay? Now, look, if self-love is, hey, you want to put your legs up on the couch and rest, yes, tune into that day and do such. But I have found that energetically, a lot of us had been really spreading ourselves too fine and give out of balance. And, the drinking of fluid, the healthy diet, that's come into play lately. Your health, your health checks and things to that degree. I looked at myself, I'm Libran, and I do have Cancer in my chart as well. So both with this eclipse and with me being a Libra air sign, I can see how it directly relates to me separately. Even in a karmic sense, looking at that energy previously, how I was versus how I am. When you've got children, looking at that energy and realizing it is from a protective place we come, Thanks, Andrew. It is from a protective place we come, but it's also from we don't want another to hurt like we are. And also when we're doing that and we're concerned and we're trying to get a person to see our perspective, is it for their sake or is it for us because we have a wound and we need to deal with something? Would it somehow affect our life if they didn't see an aspect of something? And are we potentially hiding behind them so that we don't have to change? So sometimes that can be going on too, and I've been there too. But what's coming through in this read, guys, is very much potentially in the next 2-3 weeks. And I'm feeling 2-3 weeks, but I will have your January update. I'll do the best I can. The energy coming through is you guys are all good. You're working on your movement, but there is an energy coming in that can be testing you. Now, that they potentially may not be happy for you. You're doing the work. You're getting done what you need to get done. Yes, if you triggered these energies are going to come up for you if you haven't done the work. Regardless, there are some energies of jealousy here, and they're external energies. I'm just giving you a heads up. Overall, when that comes, I haven't pulled the outcome. If you do want to book a reading, you can go to the link. Overall, I feel you guys to get your things done. Love and light, and I'll see you a bit later to do water signs. I'll give it a bit of a break and I'll come back.